Quick question. Are you actually behind financially? Or are you just comparing yourself to Instagram? Because what if I told you most people you're comparing yourself to are barely holding it together? Pattern interrupt. The highlight reel never shows the credit card bill. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on what average really looks like with money. Income, savings, debt, retirement, all of it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand. Most people have no clue what typical finances look like. You see coworkers upgrading cars, friends buying homes, people your age posting beach photos in February, and you wonder, am I behind? Pattern interrupt. Comparison is expensive, especially when it's based on illusions. Here's the real issue. Without context, you can't measure progress. Imagine trying to lose weight without knowing your starting point, or training for a race without knowing the distance. Money works the same way. So let's ground this in reality. Let's start with income. The median full-time worker in the U.S. earns roughly $52,000 per year before taxes. Median means half earn more, half earn less. So if you're making around $25 to $27 per hour full-time, you're right in the middle. Pattern interrupt. That six-figure lifestyle you're seeing online, statistically rare. Now here's where it shrinks. After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare, that $52,000 often becomes closer to $35,000 to $40,000 take home. Suddenly, it doesn't feel massive. Now zoom out. The average household spends about $67,000 per year. Let that sink in. If you're earning near the median individually and living in a single income household, you're mathematically squeezed. Housing alone averages nearly $1,900 per month. Transportation, around $900 per month. Food, roughly $700. Pattern interrupt. We haven't even talked about fun yet, and the money's already gone. This explains why so many people feel tight. Not because they're reckless, because the math is unforgiving. Now let's talk about something future you will care deeply about. Retirement savings. The median retirement balance across Americans, around $65,000. Median retirement savings, approximately $65,000, and about 1 in 4 people have zero saved. Zero. Pattern interrupt. That's not behind. That's no plan. Sounds decent until you realize many of those numbers include home equity. Liquid retirement balances are often much lower. Now here's the uncomfortable math. If someone retires with around $88,000 in retirement savings and follows the 4% rule, that produces roughly $3,500 per year, about $300 per month. $88,000 times 4% equals $3,520 per year. Pattern interrupt. $300 per month doesn't even cover groceries. So where does the rest come from? Social Security. The average monthly Social Security benefit is about $1,550, roughly $18,000 per year. Helpful, but not luxurious. And remember, that's an average. Many receive less. Now here's the twist. The average retirement age is about 61, but full Social Security benefits don't kick in until 67. Pattern interrupt. That's a 6-year financial gap most people haven't planned for. Let's talk about the part no one posts online. Credit card debt. The average household carries over $9,000 in credit card balances. Average credit card debt, approximately $9,000 at interest rates of 20% or more. Do the math. That's about $1,800 per year in interest alone. Pattern interrupt. That's a vacation every year given to the bank. And yet the average credit score in America is about 715, which is actually decent, meaning many people aren't reckless. They're just juggling. Bills get paid, minimums get covered, balances linger. It's not chaos, it's slow leakage. And leakage over 10, 20, 30 years is devastating. Now zoom out again. Americans save roughly 6% of their income after taxes. 6%. Pattern interrupt. That's not a wealth building strategy. That's survival mode. When you combine modest incomes, high spending, low savings rates, lingering debt, you get financial fragility. Not disaster, not luxury, just constant pressure. Here's the good news. Average isn't hard to beat. You don't need a startup exit. You don't need crypto luck. You don't need a 6-figure salary. You need small edges in multiple areas. Beat average by 1% in 5 areas. Save more than 6%. Aim for 15% plus for retirement. Avoid carrying credit card debt. Increase income gradually over time. Invest consistently, not occasionally. Keep lifestyle growth slower than income growth. Pattern interrupt. You don't need to be extraordinary. You need to be slightly disciplined. If the average household spends $5,500 per month and you figure out how to live well on $4,500, that's $12,000 per year freed up. Invest $12,000 per year for 25 to 30 years in low-cost index funds. That's life-changing. And here's the most important mindset shift. Stop trying to feel rich. Start trying to build rich.